Amidst the noise and neon of the modern city, one building refuses to be forgotten. Its black and white timbers lean into the passing centuries, a stubborn relic standing on Derrit End High Street. Today it may seem a bustling pub and hotel, alive with voices and laughter, but the beams and stones hold secrets far older than the clink of glasses. This is a house that remembers. This is a house that does not sleep. Centuries ago, a timbered hall rose at the end of a narrow street, known in old writing as Dirty. Once accompanied by a chapel, the hall remains while the chapel has long since faded into dust. The date emblazoned across the front proclaims 1368, but the truth is less certain, though later studies suggest a birth in the late 1400s. Whispers persist that something stood here even earlier, its bells echoing in forgotten air. Over the centuries, the house wore many masks. School, merchants' dwelling, resting place for weary travellers, public inn, and finally the lively establishment it is today. Yet beneath every layer of paint and polish, there is another story, for not all who enter here have left. In the depths below, the air is colder than stone alone can account for. One tale tells of a boy who ventured down the cellar steps and returned trembling, his face drained of colour. He spoke of a man seated on a barrel, dressed in an old coat and hat, a silent child at his side. The stillness of their eyes, the unnatural weight of their presence, left the boy shaken beyond reason. Years passed, but the fear remained. He would not step into the cellar again. Beyond the cellar lies another relic of the past, a well older than the house itself, now sealed but still commanding the shadows of a covered passageway. Once, a passerby halted mid-step upon seeing a woman there. Her dress was not of this age. High collar, long skirt, heavy boots. She turned toward the bar and vanished before his eyes. Later, during a vigil, a voice claimed to sense her again. She was called Mary, a lady of the night, who lingered near the well. Yet it was not only her presence that was felt. The cellar beyond seemed to pulse with sorrow, with the memory of death. Some whispered it had once held the fallen during a long-forgotten siege. If so, the stones themselves may have soaked up the grief, and the echoes have never left. Old photographs show two doors opening from the front bar onto the street. One survives, the other is bricked, lost to time. Yet some claim the missing door is still in use. Witnesses have seen a man stride calmly through the wall where the door once stood, unbothered by brick, plaster, or even the modern machines that now stand in his path. He passes through as though the doorway still exists, a traveller locked forever in a route no longer open to the living. Behind the bar lies a book unlike any other. Not a ledger of guests, but a collection of testimonies. Staff and visitors have filled its pages with stories of unseen hands and restless figures. One entry describes a sudden tap on the shoulder, twice sharp and undeniable, yet no one stood behind. Another recounts a grey figure gliding silently across a fireplace before dissolving into shadow. A third tells of a door splitting with a thunderous crack, pale fluid seeping from within, impossible to wipe away. Then there is the tale of a bottle that hurled itself from a high shelf, landing upright and unbroken beside the till, as though placed by unseen hands. Each entry is different, yet together they form a chorus. A house that speaks, though never aloud. The most chilling of all comes from an upper chamber overlooking the street, room 8. At dawn, a metallic clang echoed beneath the bed. The room darkened, mist filled the air, and a shriek rose, high-pitched, mingled with a woman's voice. The occupant felt herself pulled toward the window, as though some invisible tide sought to claim her. Words of prayer were whispered into the air, and for a moment, the presence ebbed. Then it surged again. Chains rattled in the attic above, metal scraping on unseen floorboards. Yet when her companion awoke, he swore he had heard nothing. No clang, no shriek, no dragging chains, only silence. But silence can be its own kind of terror. This house is no relic to be admired from afar. It breathes with the weight of centuries. It watches with eyes unseen. It remembers the fallen, the lost and the restless. Some are said to be soldiers, others children, others women bound by sorrow. Perhaps even older forces stir within its walls, something tied not to history, but to the land itself. Few who spend time here leave untouched. Some carry only a shiver, an unease they can't explain. Others carry stories that stay in their memory, stories they can't forget. And those who dare to linger by the well or sleep in the attic rooms know the truth. This is not simply a house of history, it is a house of shadows, a house of spirits.